Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's day's going well so far. Farrah, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? So, regular day today, man. I know it's been a wonky week, man, schedule-wise, but we're here on time, right time, stream all day. It'll be a normal day today and tomorrow, and then no weekend content. so just to remind everybody, the weekend will be down and family holiday stuff, and then we'll be back on Monday, back to the regular schedule. No foreseen time off after we get back on Monday. Okay, so that's the plan right now. We got Dredge today, so day 3 of Dredge. We'll do that. Yeah, we got lights hooked up, baby. Look at that noise. Yeah. Check that noise out, dude. What do you think, huh? Cool, right? Yeah, we got the lights in yesterday, man. Busting out some lights. The camera's having a hard time with it though, a little bit. So we'll see how it goes, man. I might have to dim them down a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll have to watch some VOD and see how the camera does. But yeah, I got the lights in last night. Hooked those up, so hopefully people enjoy that a little bit. Add a little bit of some flair to the background there now that we've moved. Yeah, it's messing with the camera a little. I think it's the brightness probably. I'll try to turn it down here in a little bit and we'll see how it goes. But I think it's usually like whenever I'm not in the center of the camera, it starts trying to focus on the lights instead, you know what I mean? But it has a hard time because they're kind of glary. The lights are real bright, so I think if we turn them down a little bit, it'll be a bit more chill. So probably need to turn them down a little bit. Or maybe it just is having a hard time focusing on this mug right here, you know. It's not a mask camera. This is not Halloween yet. It just is what it is, you know. I keep trying to tell the camera that, but you know, it doesn't understand. So Dredge, we'll do day 3 of Dredge. We might be finishing up Dredge today. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll be back to Divinity tomorrow with our buddy Pinky. Pinky's got a bit of some work schedule conflicts today, so no Divinity. So we'll just play Dredge, man. Play Dredge today. It'll be good. And if we finish it up early or something, then we'll dive into a little bit of Warframe. We'll see how it goes. Hope you guys are doing good. And I don't know, let's go ahead and dive into this video gaming news segment, man, before we get started with our Dredge gameplay, alright? Let's see what we got going on today. By the way, that's what we're listening to this morning. Crypto the Necro Dancer vibes, rhythm-based adventure RPG game, very cool soundtrack, lot of songs, a lot of remix songs, stuff like that. You get a ton of music that goes along with this game when you buy the OST. So, if you're enjoying it, go check it out. Cool. Kill it. Let's get into the news, man. Let's get into the news. One of gaming's biggest acquisitions ever just happened. All right, let's see what's up. There was the ID at Xbox showcase that happened yesterday. We didn't get started until late yesterday, much later than normal, about 4 hours later. And I wasn't aware that the ID at Xbox showcase was happening, but our buddy Tinwin made us aware, and we'll see how much of the info we get in the news this morning regarding maybe getting a summary of what important stuff came out of the showcase and whether we want to try to take a look at watching the VOD for this in between the news segment and gameplay today. We'll see how that goes. We'll take a talk at it in the community here and see how people are feeling, whether you want to do that or not. Yeah, so it's Scopely being acquired by Saudi-backed Savvy Games. That's what we're dealing with. Amazon laying off 100 employees from their video game division. Take a peek at that. Maybe this is the better one to go with. Let's look at Games Hub version of that here. Let's see what they have to say about it. This is speculation. Sony's next gaming handheld may not be the Vita 2. This is nothing confirmed. People aren't sure on this, and there's no, in my opinion, no point in diving into this right now. This is like kind of clickbait. It's just a bunch of speculation, so I'm not gonna buy into that. Once we get any kind of legitimate information, whether it be leaks or official stuff out of Sony about what they're going to be doing with a potential handheld, we'll look into it. But this just doesn't seem legit enough to want to dive into. Mm. Elder Scrolls Online grab Dragon Slayer bundle, Prime Gaming stuff. We'll take a peek. Yeah, look, man, this is what a lot of even the Verge now is also talking about the 7800 X3D. So this is starting to really appear to be the point of entry for gamers in the new line of X3D processors out of Ryzen. They've got the 7800, the 7900, the 7950, but bigger apparently is not better as far as gaming's concerned right now. So, if you're thinking about buying a new PC or building a new PC, and you're going with an AMD build, and you're going to be utilizing the X3D chipset, then this 7800 really is doing a solid job at a good price point for a modern processor. The 7900 I think is right around what 600 to 650, and I think the 7950 is about $50 more than that. So you're going to save yourself a little bit of money, and still be pushing really the better gaming processor in that fact is what we're kind of seeing across the benchmarks right now. So the 7800 is looking really, really good right now for gaming, man. Um, I'm not going to dive into this article either. How to find the best free and very cheap video games. Um, so I promote free titles all the time, anywhere that I find them. And usually that's going to be occasionally there are some free games on Steam. Usually they're free titles across PC. You don't usually see free titles come up in the console side of things. Most of the time, if you're going to see free titles, it's in the PC gaming stuff. So Epic every single week. Epic does a game or two. GOG does some free games. Amazon Prime Gaming does free games every single month. A good chunk of games. Plus, they do free in-game content with their collaborators and partners that they games they publish, and just other developers that they're collaborating with for free in-game content. And across all these platforms, I promote free games all the time. That's usually where you're going to be finding your free games at. But occasionally, you might be able to find a free game here or there that isn't normally considered a free to play game across different platforms. You just got to be vigilant about it. You gotta keep your eyes open and know to what you're looking for. But I do my best to promote that stuff all the time. When is the next? Let's take a look at the Epic side of stuff. Actually, the next Epic games I think are on this today. Is it today? I think it's today that the next Epic games go free in about 3.5 hours. Let me check real quick. That way we've got information out to everybody. Yeah, it is this morning. Here we go. Check it out. Yeah, thanks, Ferret. Thanks, man. Sorry, I had my chat covered up there for a second. Um, so the Silent Age and Tunchi is these are still free for roughly the next 3.5 hours. And then you'll get Dying Light Enhanced Edition and Shapes. These will be available for the next week starting later this morning. Okay, so go get your free games. Do not forget to get your free games, man. Yo, knock that off, dude. Knock that off. Um, Here's the April. So yesterday's ID at Xbox showcase. They've got the roundup right here. We'll take a look at that and determine whether we need to dive into actually maybe watching the showcase ourselves as a VOD later this morning. We'll see. Oh, dude, this might be the mouse I actually use. This goes on sale every once in a while, dude. I will actually yeah, the G502 here. I've got like 3 of these, dude. I love these things. You can usually they usually like retail for about, 80, 70 to 80 bucks, something like that. But I love these things. I've got 3 of them. I've used them for years and years and years. I started using them a long time ago, and I've just stuck with them because I've found them to be quality, and they fit what I need, man. So I stuck with them. So if you're in the market for a new mouse, you might look into these guys. They're pretty functional. Logitech's got some pretty nice software that goes along with it, and it's good stuff, man. Right, usually you can get these at on sale for roughly 35 to 40 bucks. Looks like on Amazon right now they're $40. So I'll just link this for you guys. And if you're in the market for a new mouse, you've been wanting to try out a different kind of mouse or something like that, I absolutely would say give the G502 Hero a try. These are good peripheral devices in my opinion. Boom. You know what I'm saying? X League of Legends MMO lead is making own gaming studio. Okay. Oh, No Man's Sky adds corrupted planets and more. Okay. Take a look at that. I'm gonna have to lean on you guys a bit. Once my 9-year-old mouse dies, I can. Dude, I mean that's me too, though. Like I've had my oldest G502 is about that same age, man. Yeah. So that's another thing for me is like these things have lasted a long time for me. Not only do I really enjoy like what they bring to the table for me utility wise as a peripheral device, but the construction quality has been very, very good. Why is there why is it not good to maybe be excited about new content for No Man's Sky? Barrett. What's the problem there, dude? Talk to me. What's wrong with No Man's Sky? Did you? Okay, I've never played it. Never played it. How long ago did you play it? There are a lot of people that dig it. There are a lot of people that like it quite a bit. Just before COVID. Yo, Mamzelle, what's up, my friend? How are you? So, I mean, we talk about this all the time, right? The fact so I will never take up for No Man's Sky and the fact of their release date. That game should have never released when it did. It should have never. No game should ever release in the state that No Man's Sky released in. That's unacceptable. I'll never take up for a game or a developer for doing that kind of thing. Right? Don't have power since yesterday. Waiting to eat at a breakfast. Oh man, yo, well eat some extra for me. Yo, Kayla, what's up? How are you? So, first and foremost, anytime I talk about No Man's Sky, I'll usually bring that up. But we also know that No Man, any game just because it's somebody not somebody's cup of tea doesn't mean somebody else might not like it, right? So, and this is one of the things that I do find very, very pleasing about the developers behind No Man's Sky, right? Is that that game has as much content has come out for that game, and there's been a lot of content has come out for that game. They have never charged a single cent for all the content that has come out for that game ever over the base price of the game. That's all you've ever had to pay for. And right now it's on sale for $30. It goes on sale for $30 all the time, and you never have to pay anything else for all the content in that game. There's no extra charge for any DLC or anything like that. What you pay for is what you get. They continue to work on that game. They continue to bring new content to that game. You don't have to worry about paying $70 and having, 60 to $70 for Nightfall quality DLC come out that a lot of people hate. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean the what we know about what happened in that entire situation was the developers themselves were not necessarily really ready to release that game, but they felt a lot of pressure from their investors. And so we know that that's been a case around a lot of different games. It doesn't make it right, but it's absolutely been well, yeah, I mean there was no, I mean what they were spitting out, and I say that a lot. When you talk about a game release, whether it be the performance issues that come out or a game not fulfilling what they're saying they're bringing to the table, because No Man's Sky is like the best example of that, right? They just, everything they were saying you were going to be able to do was seeming pretty far-fetched, yeah, and that you absolutely weren't on release, right? So what I will say is that whatever the case may be, Fair, whether you want to talk about it as or chalk it up to being a rep repair from all the BS hype or whatever, dude, I mean, this is a game that, I mean, it's been years and years and years and years and years now since it's released. When did this game release? 2017, 2018, something like that? 2016? 2016, brother. You know, so going on 7 years ago. So I mean, I would say at this point, and again, I mean, I respect that, dude. I respect that. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. They've worked their way back, right, to a 75% overall positive from what this game was on release, which was absolutely obliterated, right? So they've worked their way back over the 7 year period since the game's release to a decent game. And even more recently, of 1,500 reviews, it's an 85% positive game almost, you know? So I don't know. I think that the things that I've heard from the developer, being Hello Games, was that, you know, they were very disappointed in themselves for letting the game be released like that. And, you know, what they ultimately wanted to do was to make up for it by continuing to bring content to the game and not have people have to worry about having to pay extra for that content and to try to make up for it. So yeah, I would say that, yeah, a big part of what they've done here is to potentially, you know, try to save face a little bit by continuing to work on the game and bring new content to the game that probably a chunk of it anyway should have been there on the base game's release. But the game has evolved greatly. There's no denying that fact. And I'm not taking up for the game in the way it released initially at all. There's no way a game should ever release like that. So it's my big thing, the thing that I love seeing about this is not something you ever see anymore. You never hardly ever see a title, especially a title that is this massive. This world is pretty big, you know, and you never see a game and a developer continue to evolve and grow a world and continually push out new updates for new content and bringing new things to the game and not charge extra for it. That's, in my book, notable, dude. I use them as an example on this front all the time. I mean, how much do we talk about just constantly being hammered by monetization in the industry, right? Games on release, even all the time. You know, the updates. Updates. Yeah, you're right. Terraria is another one. So, but it's rare. You know, it's rare. It's very rare. So I think that there's something to at least be said for that. You know, a developer at least taking that stance and saying we're not going to charge anything. All you got to do is buy the base game, and they've been vocal about the fact that they will never. They were never going to charge for DLC ever. It was everything they're going to add to the game is going to be what you get for paying for the base game, and I at least respect that very much. You know, very rare. Yeah. What's going on? So I respect the fact that like, and don't get me wrong, dude. I'm a jaded individual, and you know that. I'm jaded by games being pieces of crap on release. It's not acceptable. It sucks. And you know, this is a very, very notable game for being a trash game on release. So I will never take up for Hello Games for releasing the game in that state. But, you know, we do know for a fact that just because, you know, I would say a game not being my jam or my cup of tea doesn't mean that necessarily you guys won't like it. You know, we all have our respective kind of preferences and things like that. So we know that's a thing. What is happening, dude? My bitrate looks fine. You guys are having issues, huh? And Mamzelle, how did half the city lose power? What happened? But I haven't ever played that game either. I haven't ever played No Man's Sky. I would be willing to dive in there and take a look at it. You know, it's not anything that's necessarily on my schedule. I don't have any plans for it. What is going on with you guys? Freezing rains and high winds. Wait, don't you live in Canada? I thought you guys were like prepared for all gnarly weather, dude. I'm just like, we've had some crazy weather down here right now too. We had tornadoes rip through, and there's been some crazy stuff going on. Yeah, there's not really much you can do about the high wind stuff, man. It's it gets pretty brutal. I know. I'm just messing with you. The high winds thing, man. It doesn't matter where you live or what you do. I mean, unless you're like in a bunker underground or something. Really, you're. But I mean, like it still rips everything above ground up. You know, it just does what it does. So you and Kayla are both having issues, man. Can't claim channel points. Can't load Twitch on my phone unless I restart it. Takes forever. That's weird, dude. What's going on? I don't know, Ferret. Maybe we both just have to dive into No Man's Sky.
Emotional damage.
There we go, dude. There it is. There it is. There we go. Ferret's getting the points working, man. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Sorry you're having issues. Everything looks fine on my end, so I don't know. I've heard the past couple of days there have been some issues on Twitch, though, so it just could be part of that. I don't know. Could be part of that. All right, let's get back in this. Oh, okay. Word. Your phone's just being wild? All right. Escape from Tarkov patch fixes a long-running problem. We'll see what's going on there. Let's go to our other search here. Surprised we haven't had Troll Lord up in here yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, word. Twitch mobile. Nice. Taking up Wix roll there, yeah. Well, I mean, again, you know, what's Twitch supposed to do when they fire a fifth of their workforce, you know? How are they supposed to keep up with things? You know? No one can take up Wix roll, that's for sure, dude. That guy, Wick be trolling hard, dog, on the constant. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the past few days, I've heard there's been a lot of issues on the mobile side, especially. Yeah. I'm actually getting hungry this morning too. Mamzelle had come in here talking about food already and got me all jacked up, man. Who's Wig? There we go, dude. That's what we needed right there. We've all got our troll side. Wick just it's like the opposite for Wick. The Wick can't control the troll side. We've all got like that troll side to us Wick's got like a human side to him. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, Kayla. All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. I hope work goes well. I hope work goes well. Ferris said, "Ouch." That's funny, man. Oh, jeez, dude. There he is, bro. Oh, bro. He was just chilling, dude. He was just chilling. He's like, I'm right here. Oh, dude. What is this? Is this that handheld of theirs? Yeah. We already talked about the Asus handheld. This is what I'm gonna say. About the Asus handheld, this is supposed to be like Asus's rival to the Steam Deck, right? It's hard, man. It's going to be really hard for me to accept something being in the same playing field level wise as the Steam Deck, if it doesn't give the same kind of real nice options to the user that the Steam Deck does, with being able to access it internally and not void the warranty, repair things very easily, good warranty and customer service, low price point for a pretty powerful handheld gaming piece of hardware for PC. I mean, all these things together. If Asus isn't bringing that same kind of stuff to the table, I don't really see it as a competitor, But we'll have to wait and see exactly what it is, Troll saving ritual completed. I just picture Wick like driving down the road right now, just trolled out, dude, in his lifted Prius, troll flags flying, and he's just grumbling right now, dude, because of what's going on in chat. He's just grumbling. He's like, bro, I think you spelled that right. Did you look that up? Did you have to look that up? There's no way you spelled that right out of your head, dude. Is that why it took so long? I would have had to. I'm not. You're smart. I'm not. I would have had to look that up for sure, dude. Yeah. Asus support for the device and everything is going to be a big deal for sure. But I will say this, man. Asus might have an easier time getting that kind of device over to places that Steam Deck hasn't, like Australia. Potentially. We'll have to see. But there's the potential for that, maybe. So I don't know. Maybe not also, but we'll have to see what happens. Bro, you kill me, man. You kill me. Yo, one second. Sorry, I had to talk to the wife real quick. My bad, dude. Nah, she's not gone yet. Wait, what? Run to the thermostat. Look at this troll, dude. You like the lights, dude? Yeah. I got to probably turn them down a little bit. The brightness might be a little bit too wild. The camera's like wilding out on me a little bit, dude. Yeah. Actually, my son was like, he was like in here watching me install them and everything, so I let him help out a little bit. You're not wrong. Yeah. No, I'm not even wearing sleeves. No. Well, we're playing Dredge Day, dude. I had to get the tentacles out. You know what I'm saying? I had to get the tentacles out, bro. Yo, dude, I got on a scale yesterday for the first time in a while. I'm flipping thick, dog. I just keep gaining, dude. The gains are real, bro. The gains are real. Yeah. Actually, bro, that's not far away. That's pretty close, dude. That's pretty close, man. Yeah, it's pretty close. I'm sitting at about 6 foot 190, dog. Which is like the most I've ever weighed, dude. I'm packing it on, dog. I am packing it on. Past couple of years, dude, I've really gotten thick, dude. Yeah, well, I mean, for me, dude, well, you're slow though, you know, so I still got a little bit of quickness. It's all right. What are you sitting at? All American muscle. Somebody needs to hit Wick with a baguette, dude. How tall are you, bro? Like 6'8"? You like 6'8", dude? I like the weight I'm at, dude. I like the weight I'm God damn. You're wild, dude. You are wild. 5'11", word. Yeah. So I was always really, really skinny, dude. Like, I feel pretty good at this weight. I could stay at 190, dude, and be pretty happy. I need to be working out a little bit more. So what's funny is, like, for the longest time, I could barely break like a $155, dude. Like most of my adult life, built like a gazelle. 5'11", 225 gazelle, bro. I picture you more like a gator. You know what I mean? Like a gator. Gators are fast too, though. You know? Yeah. Good and short distances. The gazelles are good long distance, though, aren't they? No stamina. Oh, bro. Um, but that was always like my problem, dude. I always wanted to gain weight, and I never could, man. I never could. And I mean, most of my adult life, dude, I was just stuck at like a $150, a $155, skinny, dude. Just always skinny. And it didn't matter. I mean, even whenever I was just crushing calories, making myself almost sick, dude, eating so much, like 4 to 5,000 calorie a day diet, dude. In the gym 6 days a week and just crushing food, man. I gained about 15 pounds of weight, but it was just terrible, bro, trying to stick to that. And I finally just gave it up, and my body just ate it away, dude, in no time. Just back down to 155, man. It was like I could never do it. And here lately, man, my metabolism finally slowed down, and I've started putting on a little bit of chunk, man. But I like it. It feels good. I don't know. I just need to get in a little bit better shape with it. But I'm afraid it's not going to stop. I hit like the past couple of years, dude, I've really thrown some on, you know. I've thrown on about 40 pounds. I don't think it's gonna stop, dog. I think I'm just gonna keep going. Toss it around a little bit. Oh, I do. I'll be throwing that weight, Doug. Well, that's what's nice, dude. I did gain a little bit in my cake. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of cake now, dude, and I got a little bit of it in my thighs and everything too. I didn't just like get a gut or anything. I actually ended up gaining a little bit, all over the place, which is nice. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, dude, we're playing dredge. I'm gonna let the tentacles fly, man. So I threw on a tank. It's whatever. It's been really windy here lately, man. This is not true, dude. The video game industry is not recession proof. That is false. It is recession resilient. It is not recession proof. Anybody that thinks that the video game industry is recession proof is an idiot. That is dumb. That is not true, man. Yeah. Yeah. Short call, good ferret. Yeah. Oh, I'm not even going to click on it. We saw a lot of this stuff. What's funny is we saw a lot of this stuff last year and the year before. And I would say the same thing. We saw these articles like video game industry is so profitable, it's recession proof. I was like, no, it's not. Nothing's recession proof, dude. It kind of isn't, dude. It kind of isn't. It's very resilient. Nothing's recession proof, dude. Recession can kill anything, dog. A good enough recession, especially if you're talking about entertainment, man. If you're talking about entertainment's a luxury, dude. It's not a need for people. It's a want. It's a want, man. So you're trolling me out right now. You're trying to get me riled up. You better knock it off. I'll start throwing this 190 around, dog. My bad, dude. My bad. You're right. My bad, bro. Yeah. You're right. You're right. The internet said it. It's true. It's true. Yeah, my bad. We'll just move on. Yep. Yeah, what do you think of these guys, dude? What do you think of these lights, dude? Pretty wild, right? Kind of cool. I saw these and I was like, man, I think this is the jam, dude. I like these things. I don't know how easy it'll be to hook them up to any kind of like service or anything, but just for getting something put up in the background, I really liked the option. So I scooped them up, dude. What are they? They're lights. They're LED lights. uh, Here, I'll bring them up, dude. I'll bring them up for you. I'll show you. I got them on Amazon. This is what they are. Hold on. Mm, 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 mm. What the crap, dude? Let's see if I can find it real quick. Nah. What? Oh yeah, there we go. Here it is. These guys, dude. These guys. It's these, man. These guys. This is what they are. It's these like Azula smart LED wall lights, dude. So it's these little bars that like they're modular, man. They click in together and everything. And before I just had like the strip in there. It's Azula, dude. Azoula. And I didn't really know the brand or anything. They don't have a ton of reviews yet, but the reviews that I looked at were like pretty good, and they had some videos on there and stuff, and people were pretty satisfied with it. And so I was like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna give it a shot and see what I think of it. So they can be Wi-Fi connected and all that stuff. So I don't have mine hooked up like that right now. I'm just like, I just got them all installed last night, and I've just been using the remote right now to just kind of mess around with them. But there's an app for them, and they can be connected to like Google Home and Alexa and all that stuff too. So they're pretty cool. Here, I'll link it. I'll link it for you guys if you want to see what I'm rocking in here. There you go. So that's the new lights and everything. Yeah, pretty cool, man. So what's cool, like, so you can actually, if it shows the, I don't know that it's gonna show it. So you can actually see it right here. See the, if you look underneath the bottom of the bar there, it's got like, on one end of each bar, it's got an input, and then the output actually has 3 connectors. So you can go off like 3 different ways. So kind of like a T, or keep going straight with it. And so it gives you some options for the different ways you want to like connect these and everything. So it's pretty cool, man. They're pretty cool. So far, I'm digging them, pretty neat. I need to mess with them some more. I just got them installed last night. I had some other stuff going on, but so far so good. Pretty cool stuff, man. Yeah. But I wanted something. These felt like a better option, man. Buying into something that would, if I needed to move them again or whatever, it'd be easy to move them. It wouldn't be like the light strip crap where it's just like it feels kind of busted if you have to move them or whatever. Uh, but if you look at that site, I'll show you this. The 6 pieces was like $70, or it was more expensive. The 9 piece was like that, but it's also got like another $8 off of it or something like that. Yeah, like 8% coupon you can get on it, and you get 9 pieces instead of the 6 pieces or whatever. So I don't know. Just depends on how many you need or whatever. All right. Let's see here. Why Mario and Luigi changed accents for the Super Mario Brothers movie? Okay, I'll buy into that. Minecraft Legends expertly blends strategy and survival. We're getting a Minecraft movie as well. What? Okay. One Piece Odyssey trailer reveals new DLC. We'll take a look at that for everybody. last page for grinding articles here, and then we'll get into the actual reading of these things. Street Fighter 6 open beta possibly leaked. That would make sense. We're like, what, a couple months away here from Street Fighter 6 dropping? Ooh. Yeah, we've kind of heard this. We've heard this for a while. Again, I'm not going to dive into this. Is a rumor, but I think there's an amount of stock that you can put into the fact that Sony's probably coming back with another handhelds are popular, dude. It started with the Switch. It's been made even more popular with the success of the Steam Deck, right? And so seeing some of the other major console players like Xbox and PlayStation potentially bring their own version in of like a handheld that will allow you to play games on the go and then, continue playing that game once you get to wherever, continue just basically playing on your console. That's something PlayStation's done before with the Vita. And for these other console players to do the same thing, I mean, that's not far-fetched, and I think is ultimately a reality. They're probably, if they're not already developing something significant on that front, they're probably at least heavily considering it, because it's there's a lot of potential there for profit. And we've heard stuff on the front from Sony and PlayStation doing this for a while, and once we get something substantial, we'll dive into it. But again, this is just rumor mill stuff, and until we get something substantial, I'm not going to dive into it anymore. Call of Duty cracks down on cheaters in the new update. Okay. Diablo 4 reveals in-game features. Anatomic Heart update 1.4.0.0 adds major new feature. All right, let's stick with that. Let's see what we got. Let's start off with the ID at Xbox stuff and see what they got to the table here for us. All right, April 2023's ID at Xbox Showcase Roundup. Today, ID at Xbox Showcase revealed new games coming to Xbox, updates from indie developers, and an interview with the Vampire Survivor team. Cassette Beasts, Closer the Distance, and Homestead Arcana are just a few of the upcoming titles heading to Xbox. The full showcase is available on Twitch, and more info from the Xbox Wires post is below. Cassette Beasts. Embark on a thrilling monster-collecting open-world adventure as you find your way home from the island of New World. In this trailer, Kaylee, one of the companions you'll meet and team up with, explains how to transform into monster form, how to capture and record new monster forms. With Cassette Beasts' fusion system, you can combine any two monsters into powerful new ones. Cassette Beasts launched April 26th with PC Game Pass on day one and Microsoft Store, and later this spring to Xbox Series X and S. Xbox One and Game Pass on day one. Closer the Distance. A deeply moving slice of life sim that tells a story about the connections between family and friends in the face of tragedy. Following a fatal car accident, players take on the role of Angela, a young girl from the town of Yesterby, who finds herself watching over her loved ones as they navigate the grieving process. Using her real ethereal ability to influence the townspeople she once knew, Angela's choices will ultimately determine the fate of Yesterby. Burn it down! You know what I'm saying? That would just be me, but coffee talk. Opening the coffee shop doors once again in present-day fantastical Seattle, where memorable humans, quirky orcs, business-oriented succubi, and other mythological denizens coexist in Coffee Talk. Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Be the best barista you can be as you serve warm and comforting drinks and lend a much-needed ear to a whole array of customers, encounter familiar faces, and a few new ones too, as you improve their moods with your wonderful concoctions and delightful latte art all to the sound of chilled lo-fi beats. What is this noise? The Explorator? Explorator is a game inspired by old school FPS with a cell shading visual style. As an explorer, you take your courage in both hands to set foot on the most dangerous island of the known world, Ospolis. Legends say that the legendary city of Atlantis lies beneath this island, which has been suddenly overrun by goblins and monsters that have emerged from the bowels of the underground tunnels, drilled by unwary explorers confident of finding this infamous city. Homestead Arcana. In Homestead Arcana, you become a farming witch and pioneer with range that has been mysteriously corrupted with deathly miasma. In order to discover the secret behind its appearance, you will grow plants to power up your spells, craft new gear, and use nature's magic to ultimately heal the land. Throughout all of this, you will be aided on your journey by your trusted familiar, Huckleberry, voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, who will be presenting this gameplay walkthrough of Homestead Arcana. I'm your Huckleberry. Coming to Game Pass on day one, fans can pre-order or pre-install Homestead Arcana yesterday. Cabaret. Visual novel about a boy cursed into a monster. Is it cabaret or cabaret? It looks too much like cabaret, right? Talk to monsters, perform tea ceremonies, play minigames, and learn the dwellers' stories. It's a unique journey to unravel the narrative through patience and immersion in the world of fantastic characters and their experiences. Out now on Xbox. The Carters 2 Turbocharged ultimate kart racing game coming to Xbox this year. Exciting array of power-ups, challenging tracks, and so basically Mario Kart. Yeah. Last Case of Benedict Fox. We've seen this a lot. The gameplay of the highly anticipated Last Case of Benedict Fox features developer commentary and demonstrates how Benedict and his demon companion will fight their way through different factions and encounter the deepest part of the otherworldly limbo. In this Burton-esque Metroidvania, combat is just one of the ways you will progress deeper into the game. Lil Guardsman. In this deduction adventure, you play as Lil, excuse me, an unlikely 12-year-old hero covering your dad's shift at the guard shed, and are tasked with deciding the fate of over 100 unique characters, sending visitors to jail, inadvertently zapping them to smithereens, or letting them go on their merry way are all part of the job. But be careful, who you let through the castle gates will determine the kingdom's fate. Omega Strikers. This is Wick's Jam right here. We've seen this. This is Wick's Jam. Wick wants this. Omega Strikers. Join the foot brawl when Omega Strikers officially launches on Xbox on April 27th. Smash opponents off the arena and score goals in this lightning-fast 3v3 free-to-play game. Squad up with friends and choose from a growing cast of colorful strikers to sling slimes, toss tofu, and rocket boost to victory. Vampire Survivors Tides of the Fuscari. Vampire Survivors Tides of the Fuscari is the second DLC for Vampire Survivors and takes players to the rolling hills and wooded lands of Western Europe. During yesterday's showcase, viewers got a sneak peek at it before its launch on April 13th. Heavily influenced by fairy tales and folklore, which whisper warnings to not step too close to foreboding woods, which is home to all manner of magical beasts, spellcasters, demi-humans, spirits, demons, angels, and more. Vampire Survivors Tides of Fuscari brings with it 8 new characters, 13 new weapons, 1 stage, 7 music tracks, and 20 new achievements. Well, that would be good for all the Vampire Survivor aficionados there. Nice. Yeah, we might watch it. We might watch I'll link this for you guys if you're interested. But I don't think there's a whole lot more other than the link to the Twitch channel where you can watch the VOD. But we might just go ahead and watch it. The thing is, I already know that there's going to be like some interview stuff in there that takes a lot of time. But luckily, watching the VOD, we'll be able to just skip all that and just watch the trailers and everything. So we might do that before we hop into the gaming stuff today. Super Mario's Brother movie. Why Mario and Luigi changed their accents. In Nintendo's video games, Mario doesn't do much in the way of speaking. When the hero does speak, it's usually in a high-pitched voice that sticks to simple expressions such as wahoo and let's go. This has worked well in the video games for decades now, but Super Mario Brothers movie moves away from Mario's classic accent, opting for something a bit closer to the Brooklyn accent seen in previous adaptations, such as Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Does it? Because everything I've seen just sounds just like Chris Pratt, which does not sound anything like a Brooklyn accent. I'm sorry. However, the movie does feature Mario using his classic accent during one key scene. When Mario and Luigi are first introduced in the movie, it's through a commercial for their plumbing business. The commercial is set to the theme song for Super Mario Brothers Super Show. It sees Mario and Luigi using accents that sound identical to the ones from the games. When we see that the brothers were watching the commercial in the Punch-Out Pizzeria, their voices changed what we've seen in the trailers for the movie. Mario asks if the accents they used in the commercial were too much, and a character named Giuseppe, voiced by Mario's video game voice actor Charles Martinet, offers his approval in a similar voice. Unfortunately, the commercial isn't as well received by many of the other people in Mario and Luigi's lives. Their former boss, Spike, immediately ridicules the brothers in the restaurant, and Luigi is quick to mention that their mom likes it. Their mother seems to be the only family member that approves of both the commercial and their chosen line of work. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think, really. I'll have to watch it and see. It's going to be one of those things where I think everybody's going to have a different kind of opinion about it. I think overall, people are probably going to like it. But I still find it's still going to be weird. I'm just going to see Chris Pratt the whole time. He sounds like Chris Pratt. Mario sounds like Chris Pratt. So the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm just going to see Chris Pratt as Mario, which is going to be weird to me, man. But I need to watch it to see how I feel about it. Minecraft Legends expertly blends strategy and survival crafting. Minecraft Legends is shaping up to be a much more impressive and ambitious title than I gave it credit for when it was announced. What I initially wrote off as an even more simplified riff on Pikmin with a excuse me. La la la. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're okay. What I initially wrote off as an even more simplified riff on Pikmin with a Minecraft skin is a much more involved real-time strategy experience with fully voice-acted cutscenes, a procedurally generated open world to explore, and lots of base building and resource gathering that truly adapts Minecraft's formula into another storied genre. During a hands-off preview presentation of Minecraft Legends hosted by Mojang executive producer Dennis Rise, I got a deeper look at the game. Already impressed by its narrative ambition and how it blended classic Minecraft and RTS staples together. The result shows that sometimes complicated strategy genre need a game like Minecraft Legends just as much as Mojang and Blackbird Interactive needed to make Minecraft Legends a real-time strategy game to achieve their vision. Dude, this is long. Holy crap. Let's just TLDR this and I'll link it for you guys to take a look at. Reese says matches, let's see. So there's there's PvP. Let's look at just the main gist of this. Greater narrative. Okay. Intentionally named the game Legends because we look at this story as a legend, like a villager or adult telling a younger villager child a story that they heard many years before. Merging Minecraft and the RTS genre. The hallmarks of a survival crafting game cleanly map onto an RTS that emphasizes base building and troop recruitment. Interesting. Players can spawn golems to assist them in fights, but also recruit mobs like creepers and skeletons found while exploring the overworld. Looks to be an approachable middle ground to the manageable minion gathering of Pikmin with the more detailed unit commands of something like Age of Empires. Wick? While players can attack enemies themselves, using mobs to fight against the piglins is critical when saving a village or attacking outposts of varying degrees of difficulty. For piglin outposts, the main goal is to destroy them by targeting the portals and barracks spawning them. The core elements comprise the bulk of the Minecraft Legends experience as players shape the world around them while protecting villages and attacking outposts. Interesting. Going into the demo, the author was unsure how much of Minecraft's survival and crafting elements would be retained in this RTS experience, but they are intrinsic in making Legends stand out. Got a brief look at the 4v4 multiplayer mode, which appears to feature the same RTS density players can expect from the Legends primary campaign. Matches can last anywhere from 20 to 50 minutes, depending on how much time players decide to spend in each phase of the fight. Shaping up to be perfect for those who like competitive RTS games and those looking for a bite-sized fix of Minecraft Legends' core formula. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Minecraft Legends launches on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, and Switch on April 18th. All right. Nice, dude. Okay, well, that gives me more of an insight into what to expect from this game, which actually sounds pretty interesting. There you go, guys. Minecraft Legends, huh? What day was that? April 18th. Okay. One Piece Odyssey trailer reveals new DLC. One Piece was always supposed to get an expansion, as noted by its season pass, and after a long bout of silence, Bandai has finally revealed more about this DLC through a trailer and message from the producer. However, this expansion, Reunion of Memories, still doesn't have a release date and is scheduled to come out soon. One Piece Odyssey's new DLC seems to send the Straw Hats back to Memoria, as the crew once again finds themselves trapped in Alabasta. They set out to unravel the mystery of the Black Cubes and the hooded girl who resembles Lim. One Piece villain Enel and supporting character Perona also seem to be making an appearance. Let's take a look at this. I have never taken a dive into the One Piece universe, whether it be the anime or the games or anything, man. People love it. Jeebus.
もっといろんな島を冒険してんだ。
楽しかったな。ルフィたちとの冒険。そんなに楽しかったのなら、また楽しめばいい。何度でも。
I love their noses, you know. So funny.
みんな離れて。
何ですか?
That one dude skips leg day so hard.
またメモリアか。
クロコダイルがこの国を乗っ取ったって？
It's all upper body. I love it.
メモリアを改変するような能力あるはずない。もちろん私にだって。
黒いキューブを持ったリムに似た少女。
この力があれば世界を相手にできる。
なんでこいつらがここで出てくるんだ。
俺たちをここから出せ。
そういうわけにはいかないわ。あなたたちは残された観測対象ですもの。私は消えてもいい。だからみんなを。
All right, we're available soon, so no date yet.
皆さんあれ黒いキューブです。またなんか呼び出すつもりか。
我が神なり。
Cool. Producer Katsuki Suzuki talked more about Reunion of Memories and the game in general in a second video. He thanked fans for playing the RPG and noted that some of their feedback has helped shape the game. More of those fan-driven changes are on the way. Few fan favorite stories are also making their way into the DLC. Excuse me. According to Suzuki, Reunion of Memories will also more heavily focus on battles, meaning it will be a somewhat difficult expansion that requires more tactical thinking. Advise that players clear the main story first. Okay. There's the producer message is down here too, so I'll link this for you guys that want to take a look. All right. Bam. Cool. Street Fighter 6 open beta possibly leaked. Street Fighter 6 isn't set to release until June 2nd. Seems players might get a chance to check out the game much earlier. And if a new leak is to be believed, a beta for the game will take place during the month of April. This month. Leak comes from streamer Eco Kano, who mentioned the beta offhand during a recent stream. A clip of the video of Kano was shared on Twitter by Ryan Harvey, a veteran of the fighting game community. According to Harvey, Kano is regularly invited to Capcom TV and didn't seem to realize that the beta was not public knowledge. The tweet from Harvey can be found embedded below. Multiple betas for Street Fighter 6 were held last year, but they were closed. The first beta drew so much interest that people were actually selling their access codes online. Capcom did not repeat that mistake for the second beta, but it shows just how much interest there is in the new game. Hopefully, this leak will prove accurate and more players can get a chance to experience Street Fighter 6 for themselves, especially those that are still on the fence about the game. Street Fighter franchise, yeah, one of the biggest for Capcom. Yeah, this is a pretty big hype here. This is going to be the bigger fighting title that is going to be showcased at EVO this year as well. So I am guessing that between this year's EVO and next year's EVO, we'll get Tekken 8 and probably Mortal Kombat 12 also. So next year's EVO will be more focused on, there will be a lot more hype around Tekken and Mortal Kombat for those. But this year is going to be all about Street Fighter because there'll be, I don't know, roughly 2 to 2.5 months worth of time for competitive players to get good at Street Fighter 6 before EVO happens. And if you don't know what EVO is, it's a giant, massive fighting tournament that happens every single year with many of the mainline fighting games taking place. And so with Street Fighter 6 coming out on June 2nd, there will be a bit of time there for the competitive players that will be in EVO to get ready and play that game and hone their skills in. It'll be interesting. We'll probably watch a good amount of it here in the channel. I love EVO. I love competitive fighting games. I don't play them. I played fighting games when I was younger and I enjoyed them just as, a bit of fun. But I love watching people that are really, really good at fighting games. So Call of Duty cracks down on cheaters in the new update. Call of Duty's Ricochet anti-cheat team has developed some brand new methods and technology for combating suspicious player behavior. The Ricochet anti-cheat team is responsible for providing new techniques and technology to combat cheating in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. In a progress report for Season 3, several new security measures have been unveiled, some of which make use of some seriously impressive technology. The new tech is rolling out on every Call of Duty platform, so folks on PS5 will benefit just as much as Xbox Series X, S, and PC users. Two most impressive new tools in Ricochet's arsenal come in the form of new methods for detecting third-party hardware, as well as the development of a new replay investigation tool. The hardware detection tool allows the Call of Duty client to identify the use of banned hardware, which can be used to give a player an unfair advantage by mitigating recoil or providing aim assist. Though the report didn't go into detail as to how the technology works, any piece of software capable of tracking hardware in this fashion is likely to be impressively sophisticated. The implementation of this feature came as a direct response to player feedback. In their report, Ricochet stated, "We know players have been asking us to examine the improper use of these devices, and we're happy to lay the foundation for this detection to protect against unfair play across PC and console." The replay investigation tool is more straightforward and allows members of the anti-cheat team to watch any completed match as part of their investigation process. That's great. The tool will automatically capture and store all match data for the highest tiers of competition, allowing the team to keep an eye on play at the very highest levels. Long arm of the law. In addition to these fancy new tools, Ricochet is continuing to use mitigations in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. These are ironic punishments for cheaters that deliberately hamper a cheater's gameplay experience. As well as providing a form of poetic justice, mitigations exist as a short-term fix for the immediate problems caused by cheating in any given game. Players detected cheating during a match may well find themselves subject to cloaking, disarm, or damage shield mitigations. Cloaking and disarm are straightforward. The former robs the cheater of their ability to see rule-abiding players, while the latter gradually relieves the offender of their weapons. All in all, it's pretty tough to play a first-person shooter when you have nothing to shoot with. Damage shield is a bit more creative and provides regular players with a protective barrier against cheaters, ensuring that the playing field can be leveled in advance of any disciplinary action that may need to take place. Combating cheating in games as widely played as Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is no easy task, and it's gratifying to see that Activision is taking steps to prevent unfair play. The new detection tools for illegal hardware are a welcome addition and will hopefully help Activision crack down on cheaters, allowing it to cultivate a healthy environment worthy of one of the best FPS games around. Yeah, we talk about it a lot. Cheating is terrible. people that cheat are crap. The reason they cheat is because they are crap. They suck at video games and they don't want to get good at video games. Therefore, they take the easy road and they, instead of practicing and trying to get good at the game that they want to play, they just go buy hacks and cheats and they suck. That's all there is to it, really. And so, but the developers that don't take a good stance against preventing hacks and cheats and people that break terms of service and things like that in these online live service games, competitive games, it creates a real issue of it's really devastating to the health of these games. And so seeing developers take a good stance at preventing these kinds of things and promoting a more healthy online environment for the people that want to play the game legitly, you know, that's where we need to be, and it's good seeing Activision take this stance. Diablo 4 reveals in-game features, early access, and regular release times around the world announced. Today, Blizzard, this would be yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday, Blizzard had a few relevant reveals to share about its upcoming release of Diablo 4. Starting with the reveal of the early access launch times for those who have pre-ordered the Deluxe and Ultimate Editions, as shared by President Mike Ibarra. Oh, God. This is, I'm sorry, but this is another one of those individuals that I would love to see just not be a part of Blizzard anymore after Microsoft takes over, because anybody like this individual was the face of Diablo Immortal. The face of Diablo Immortal, and just really backing everything that game stood for as far as the pay-to-win aspects and all that crap going on with it. So as far as I'm concerned, Mike Ibarra can get wrecked. That's disgusting. And I don't want to see this person be a part of Blizzard anymore. Players will be able to start slaughtering monsters on June 1st at 4 p.m. PDT for the Americas, and on June 2nd at 12 o'clock a.m. BST for Europe, and at 8 o'clock Korea time for Asia. If you don't have early access, you'll have to wait for the same times on June 5th in the Americas and June 6th in the other regions. We also get a brand new video illustrating the in-game features that we can expect to enjoy in Diablo 4. They've got a summary down here. I'll let you guys read, but we'll just watch this real quick. 6 minutes. Let's go. Get wrecked, Mike Ibarra. Cheers.
We're really excited about getting this game into players' hands and letting them experience this massive world.
A main cornerstone of D4 is play your way. As a player continues to advance through the story and into the endgame, they'll unlock a ton of brand new activities that provide meaningful progression, no matter their playstyle.
Players will be able to keep progressing in the narrative of the game. Alongside that, the whole team has worked on crafting a variety of different experiences players can pursue.
We're going to have an entire world of Sanctuary for our players to offer. There's going to never be an absence of something to do.
After the player has finished the campaign, there's a lot more game to go and participate in. They gain access to a special, what we call capstone dungeon that they have to complete. Once they're able to finish this capstone dungeon, they're going to gain access to the first world tier.
As you complete the world tier, it will open up the opportunity for you to go into your next world tier. That involves unlocking powerful loot, new items, and more advantages for your player to have a better opportunity at end game.
Whether you're a fan of dungeons, PvP, or just roaming around the world, there's a way to continue your Diablo adventure long after hitting max level. As your character continues to grow in power, you'll start with the skill tree and expand out into the Paragon system.
A lot of the choices the players make are grounded on skills themselves and the fantasies associated with those skills. The Paragon board is a place where we're allowed to have a lot more depth, a lot more customization, many more options as you go.
You can rotate the board, so you can choose a different path if you're like, I want to do more strength-based things, or I want these particular boons or glyphs. You can chart your path through it, and they're really a way for you to keep expanding your character and making it uniquely yours.
Similar to the Paragon boards is the Codex of Power. It's an in-game system that holds the aspects related to the character. You are able to complete a dungeon, and they will have a chance to drop an aspect that you can pick up.
And what this allows players to do is take items they're finding in the world and make them more powerful, turn them into legendary items.
It's really special to discover what kind of playstyle really means the most to you. Every part of Sanctuary is fulfilling and satisfying. Dungeons in particular are really close to my heart. Nightmare dungeons are going to give the players the opportunity to experience a dungeon that they might have already experienced in their past playthroughs. They'll enter the dungeon with a found sigil that alters the playstyle and the intensity of the dungeon.
They're more difficult and they have additional objectives, and then they also have affixes, which add a degree of difficulty for you and your group to work through.
One of my favorite affixes that you can find in Nightmare Dungeons is actually called Hellgate. Occasionally, these portals will open up throughout the area that will just pour out different monsters that aren't native to that region for you to also be dealing with while you're trying to handle everything else inside the dungeon. There's over 120 dungeons to play through and find in Diablo 4, and any one of them can become a Nightmare dungeon by finding a Nightmare sigil and then using it to activate the Nightmare version of that dungeon space.
Everything's a little darker, everything's more difficult. It's going to add a little bit of a twist of flavor on your particular dungeon.
There's some targeted activities in Diablo 4 that suit what you're feeling in the mood for.
The Forces of Hell are starting to have more influence in certain parts of Sanctuary in the vast interconnected overworld that we experience. And as the players are going into Helltide areas, you're gonna find even more powerful monsters. And by killing them, they'll be able to gain these special shards they can take to go and use to purchase these big rewards that are available at these caches that are found littered throughout Helltide areas.
The sky darkens and the rivers run red, meteors fall from the sky, and the monsters get harder. We really want to create new experiences for the players. There's one I really like called Whispers of the Dead, which you get from the Tree of Whispers. The Tree of Whispers is grim and a little gruesome, but it's also something mystically haunting and kind of beautiful.
The tree has a little bit of a grudge against our players and it would like for them to go serve its needs. So you're going to go serve these bounties, gather different rewards, different items, and bring them back to the tree in hopes that it can exchange you something really meaningful.
Maybe you're gonna go to the Fractured Peaks and take out some werewolves that are rampaging in a town. They're contained activities that you can do alone or in a group. We really wanted to create variety for people to be able to spend time where they wanted to in the world. It's very cool the way it's been put together, and I can't wait for people to see it, to be honest.
In Diablo 4, we have a focus on the world of Sanctuary. And there are parts of that world that we call the Fields of Hatred, where Lilith's presence in Sanctuary has begun to seep through and manifest these poisonous areas throughout the world. When players go to these regions, they get to engage in player versus player conflict.
These offer opportunities for the player to collect shards. But there is a little bit of a catch. In order to get these shards back to town, you'll need to purify them. Other players will definitely know that you're attempting to purify your shards, so you'd better be prepared to fight if you're going to be playing any PvP, and be prepared that you might lose some stuff in the meantime.
Once they've got the purified shards, they can take these, go back to nearby towns to sell them, and then use that to buy a whole bunch of interesting cosmetic items and rewards.
It's a place for people who really love PvP and want to still get loot and still increase their character's power. If that's the way they want to play, they can.
Launch is just the beginning. One of the things we're really focused on is creating a living, breathing set of updates for players to engage with after the game has gone live.
It's really just going to be a way to keep coming back and experiencing more Diablo 4 in fresh ways.
We're really eager to hear all of your experiences and just enjoy the entire story with you all.
Cool. Oh, cool. There you guys go. If you want more out of it, it's got the whole list of things at the end of that article. So there you go. Atomic Heart update 1.4.0.0 adds major new feature for PS5 and Xbox Series X. Okay, so current gen console players of the recently released first-person shooter Atomic Heart will receive a significant upgrade to the game's performance in the freshly rolled out 1.4.0.0 patch, along with several other fixes and features. Atomic Heart launched in a solid state for the most part, but was lacking some key technical features some fans were hoping for. Despite its freshly unique art style and world building as a retro futuristic first-person shooter, Atomic Heart launched to generally mediocre reception. Surprising considering its comparisons to the likes of BioShock and Wolfenstein. While the game wasn't a buggy mess itself, Mundfish's first outing gave many Xbox players nightmares with broken achievements, and the PC version was missing a ray tracing mode at launch. Seems like players' problems with Atomic Heart mostly erred on the technical side of the coin, and Mundfish is providing a major performance boost for fans on consoles. Mundfish took to Twitter to announce the rollout of patch 1.4.0.0. The main feature of the update will give players on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S the option to enjoy bashing and shooting their way through hostile Soviet robots at 120 Hz. Atomic Heart originally launched on both current-gen platforms, running at a dynamic 4K resolution and a smooth 60 frames per second, a more than sufficient performance for most console gamers. This new 120 Hz mode will undoubtedly comprise the resolution a bit, which is the case for most modern AAA games, but it's still a nice option for players seeking an even smoother Atomic Heart experience. Yeah, I tend to be on the side of I would rather have more frames most of the time in my action games, especially any kind of shooter game. I want more frames than I do care about the visual fidelity of things necessarily. Obviously, there's a nice balance between both of those things, but I'm usually going to tend to lean on the side of having more frames, for that real smooth, buttery gameplay experience, and maybe need to bring the graphic fidelity down a little bit, to compensate if need be. Over the past several years, frame rates and resolutions have become a major topic in the video game zeitgeist, and even in the console space. Some gamers prefer a sharper image while others value smoother gameplay. While in the current era, fans must often choose between the two, there's a future where gamers can enjoy the best of both worlds as the cutting edge of gaming tech improves. For now, though, Atomic Heart players on console can enjoy the latter. Very nice, man. Cool. Escape from Tarkov patch fixes a long-running problem with interchange. Latest Escape from Tarkov patch has addressed indoor fog in the hardcore shooters interchange map, which has been causing visibility issues for years. Since interchange was added to Tarkov in 2018, a mysterious and unintentional fog has filled the shopping mall's corridors, making it difficult for players to see too far ahead, even with the use of high-powered magnification scopes. As of yesterday's patch, however, the fog has been removed on interchange as well as reserve. Where the fog was also present to a lesser extent. Change has been well received by Tarkov fans. Besides interchange's fog fix, the latest Tarkov patch has also improved the effectiveness of smoke grenades and removed the excessive vegetation sway that would take place later in raids. Also, some fixes to sound issues on the reverse, shoreline, and streets of Tarkov maps. Problems with audio and interchange are yet to be addressed, as players have reported difficulty in knowing which floor of the mall noises are playing from. So, few fixes there that apparently have been needed for a while anyways. League of Legends MMO lead is making his own gaming studio after Riot split. Fully remote studio, apparently. Former Riot Games MMO executive producer Greg Ghostcrawler Street has shared more information on his decision to part ways with the company last month. The dev revealed his move to the other side of the US to get closer to his family and has launched his own video game studio with an MMO in mind. Quote, our goal is to move fast and go big. Fortunately, I've found a great strategic partner aligned with this vision. We're moving forward, Ghostcrawler said on Twitter last night. And yes, it will be an MMO or something very MMO-like. High-profile dev was considered the face of Riot's upcoming MMO, which has been in development for years. Ghostcrawler worked as a system designer for World of Warcraft for 5 years before joining the League of Legends team, where he worked on Arcane, Realms of Runeterra, and KDA. His departure worried players eagerly waiting to test out the upcoming MMO game, wondering whether it was a sign of internal turmoil in the game's development. Unclear whether Ghostcrawler's departure will affect Riot's upcoming MMO development schedule and planned release time window. As of the time of writing, it's scheduled to be introduced from late 2024 to 2025. Ghostcrawler said he wasn't ready to yet share any further details about the company, but was hiring leaders with serious industry experience. Okay, we'll see more, I'm sure, as we move forward. No Man's Sky adds corrupted planets and more with Interceptor update. The update will let players battle gigantic Sentinel capital ships. Hello Games has revealed the Interceptor update for its open-world sci-fi title No Man's Sky, which has added new enemies, planets, and ships for players to tackle. Update 4.2 for No Man's Sky, titled Interceptor, was revealed today, April 5th, and pits players against corrupted planets that have spread throughout the galaxy. These corrupted planets offer new buildings, resources, and equipment for adventurous players to discover, including a unique jetpack. However, the loot will be guarded by robot guardians who have been twisted by corruption. Quote, the strange power flowing through corrupted worlds has warped the Sentinels beyond recognition, teased Hello Games. Colossal semi-arachnid machines stalk these discordant worlds, ready to pounce upon unwary travelers. Those who take on the corrupted swarm should be wear their devastating flamethrowers and long-distance explosives. Let's take a look here. What a banger, man. Wow. I'll check that noise out. Cool. Word. So for all you No Man's Sky players, that could be cool. Sentinel quadruped enemies have been upgraded. Sentinel quadruped enemies have been upgraded and can now turn invisible while in combat with players. Meanwhile, Interceptor will allow players to take on Sentinel capital ships with high value rewards on offer for any pilots who can take one out. Outside of combat, Interceptor will bring hundreds of procedurally generated variations of Sentinel ships, which can be stolen by players to make use of their advanced technology. These ships are fueled by crystals found on corrupted planets, meaning players may need to venture into danger to keep their new ships running. Elsewhere, a new mission will task explorers with locating crashed Interceptor ships throughout space, which can be salvaged and restored by players to expand their fleet. Update 4.2 will also introduce a number of bug fixes to No Man's Sky, along with improved visuals for Xbox versions of the game and movable wrist projects for fans playing in VR. Check out the full update patch notes right here if you're interested, all right? There you go. Elder Scrolls Online. You can grab the Dragon Slayer bundle number 2 with Prime Gaming or Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, all right? So the developers of the MMORPG, The Elder Scrolls Online, have taken the official site to remind players of an opportunity to claim the Dragon Slayer number 2 bundle. If you have an active Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or Amazon Prime Gaming subscription, you can receive an array of in-game collectibles for a limited time, and here's how you go about claiming it. For Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, there's instructions here. For gaming, Amazon Prime Gaming subscribers, the instructions are here. What you'll get are the Ancient Dragon Hunter Arms Pack, which includes the Ancient Dragon Hunter Sword, Great Sword, Shield, Bow, Staff, and 1 outfit change token. All right. Also, the Ancient Dragon Hunter Wolf Pet. If you need it, here you go. For any of you Elder Scrolls Online players, all right. Amazon layoffs hit gaming division, 100 jobs to be cut. Amazon layoffs will reportedly impact jobs at Prime Gaming, Game Grove, and Amazon Games San Diego. This is after, obviously, Amazon-owned Twitch just cut 1/5 of their workforce. Yeah. Amazon's latest round of layoffs have reportedly impacted its gaming division, with 100 jobs expected to be cut from Prime Gaming, Game Growth, and Amazon Games' San Diego studio. While some staff will reportedly be reassigned as the company refocuses its strategy, it's expected that some job losses will result. In a memo published in full by CNBC, Christoph Hartmann, Games VP at Amazon, reportedly reassured staff that any layoffs would be handled with respect and the appropriate compensation. There is never a pleasant way to share this sort of news, but we are committed to treating our impacted employees with empathy and respect, and will support them by offering them severance pay, health insurance benefits, outplacement services, and paid time to conduct their job search, he said. As noted by CNBC, the cuts follow company-wide shifts at Amazon, which has in recent months turned its focus to cost-cutting measures. Recently, the company announced major layoffs totaling around 27,000 jobs in 2023 alone. In this year alone. We are 4 months in. We're not even 4 months in. We're just 3 months in, really. 3 months into the year, and there are 27,000 jobs that have been lost under Amazon. Those working in the wider Amazon Games division were reportedly notified of their employment status in early April, with several being reassigned or cut from ongoing projects. Despite these job losses, Amazon is pushing ahead with its plans to strengthen its games output, per Hartman's enthusiasm about the company's upcoming games pipeline. Blah. For now, it appears Amazon is forging ahead despite its strategic reshuffling and the subsequent human costs. Our thoughts are with those impacted by Amazon's ongoing layoffs. Agreed. Yeah. That's really what the concern should be here, not what Amazon's going to be bringing to the table for us as gamers. It should be with those individuals that have lost their jobs. The 27,000 that have lost their jobs under Amazon so far this year, and anybody previously. It's a terrible thing to have so much unease about what the future holds for you if you don't have anything else lined up. And to those individuals that have lost their jobs, you know, our thoughts are with you, and I hope that you find something very soon. All right, last article I have. We'll probably watch the ID at Xbox Showcase stuff before we start gaming today, but this is the last article, so if anybody has anything to add to video gaming news for today, April 6th, let me know and we'll address it before we move on, okay? One of gaming's biggest acquisitions ever just happened. The 6th largest gaming acquisition in history was announced on Wednesday, with Savvy paying $4.9 billion for Scopely. Savvy Games, a division of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, has acquired game studio Scopely in one of the biggest acquisitions by purchase price in the history of video games. Savvy Games is paying $4.9 billion to acquire Scopely. There are only 5 gaming buyouts that are bigger, including Activision buyout King for $5.9 billion, Microsoft buying ZeniMax for $8.1 billion. I'm sorry. Whew. I need more coffee, man. Tencent buying Supercell for $8.6 billion, and Take-Two buying Zynga for $12.7 billion. Microsoft obviously is in the process of buying Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, which is going to be by far the biggest ever. But in a press release, Savvy said the deal, which is pending regulatory approval, strengthens the company's ability to deliver new and exciting products for the global gaming community. You might not know Scopely by name, but the company has worked on games and juggernaut franchises like Star Trek, The Walking Dead, and Marvel. It's also behind the game Stumble Guys, a colorful battle royale game that is seemingly inspired by Mediatronic's Fall Guys. Savvy Games CEO Brian Ward, a former Activision Blizzard executive, said his company looks forward to helping Scopely accelerate its ambitions. According to Savvy, Scopely will operate independently under the banner of Savvy and will look to extend its businesses to PC and console. In addition to continued operation in the mobile space, Scopely co-CEOs Walter Driver and Javier Ferreira will continue to lead the company. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund has been making big-time investments in the gaming space through Savvy for some time already. In addition to buying Scopely outright, Savvy holds minority ownership positions in Capcom, Nexon, EA, and Take-Two. Savvy also owns 40 million shares of Activision Blizzard and is in line for a huge payday if Microsoft's deal to buy Activision Blizzard goes through. What's more, Saudi Arabia owns more than 8% of Nintendo and is the Mario company's largest outside investor. After Savvy gave gaming giant Embracer $1 billion, the Borderlands studio owner defended the deal to take the money after people raised concerns about Saudi Arabia's human rights record. I'm going to talk about this. In 2018, U.S.-based journalist Jamal Khashoggi, who criticized Saudi Arabia's government, entered the Saudi consulate in Istanbul and never left. CIA later concluded that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman ordered Khashoggi to be killed. The PIF, which is run by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, is looking to grow the size of its portfolio to more than $1.07 trillion by the end of 2025, according to Markets Insider. The oil-rich kingdom is trying to create a new image for itself amid claims of its addiction to oil, diversifying its portfolio for the wealth fund by way of its gaming investments. The backing of the LIV Golf Tournament Series and other efforts is seemingly a step toward doing that. Yeah, look, there's a lot of concern here regarding anything that has to do with a country such as Saudi Arabia that is known to be heavily into persecution and discrimination against certain demographics of people. And ultimately, I think that there is a lot of it's warranted, man. There's a lot of reason behind us being very, very careful about an entity such as this country buying so heavily into gaming. Gaming obviously is what we do for fun. It's our escape. It has been for a long time. And a company such as Saudi Arabia, a country such as Saudi Arabia, buying in that is well known for its persecution and discrimination and things like that. I can't help but think that there's a great potential for the companies they own to start pushing their agenda through their games. And I think we need to be very careful on that front. So money talks, man, and there are a lot of people that are letting Saudi just buy in, and so I don't know how much there is that we can do, but remain vigilant and just try to make sure that I think it's very important in society for the world nowadays that we just do our best to promote acceptance of one another. I don't care if it's about the color of your skin or what gender you are or your sexual preference. None of that really matters. It honestly doesn't. Too many people think it does, but it really doesn't. What really, at the core of everything, what should really matter is just if you're a good person or not. And, too many people in the world have too much of an issue accepting people's differences, and rather than, being able to cherish and really lift one another up for our differences, people see people's differences as a bad thing, and that's terrible. It's a terrible thing. And Saudi Arabia has been known for a very long time as being a government and a country that does not accept people for their differences. They've got very, very strict views on discrimination and persecution of people that they don't feel are right for whatever their beliefs are, and just living their best lives, and that's not fair, man. That's not fair. And so we need to be careful about what happens in the gaming industry, because ultimately it'll start, if things are going to go this way, it'll be little by little to where it's like kind of subtle, until all of a sudden it's super ingrained. And I do think that, it's not a definite that it'll happen, but media is media, man. And we've seen it happen plenty of times in history with media where governments or powers that be get their agenda pushed through different kinds of media that's in front of our faces all the time. And I don't want to see more of an issue in the world than we already have right now of being accepting of one another because, of just somebody with a bunch of money coming in and being able to buy their way in and pushing their agenda on people. I don't want to see that. So I think it's important that we just maintain some kind of awareness about what's going on here. It doesn't mean it will happen, but I think it's important to just maintain some awareness on this front. But that's a big acquisition there. 4.9 billion for Scopely. It's a big one. All right, man. That's what I got. We're going to get ready for some gaming content, but we'll go take a kind of quick look at the trailers and stuff that happened for the ID at Xbox Showcase yesterday in between ending the news segment here and getting into the day 3 playthrough of Dredge for us, okay? But them's the breaks, baby. That's the news for today. Video gaming news for today, April 6th, man. I appreciate you guys. You rock very much. And it was a great news segment. Let's get some jams going on here. There we go. Cool. So, again, it's been a weird week. We've still got a bit of wonkiness for the schedule coming up this weekend, as I will not be live for Saturday or Sunday, okay? So I'm going to keep promoting that for raising awareness, for people knowing that the stream will be down for Saturday and Sunday, okay? It's been a week of awkward schedule adjusting to just a lot of live stuff going on, so I do apologize. But we will keep pushing through, and whenever I get back on Monday, we'll be back to normal, 7 days a week, 6 a.m. CST to, roughly 3 p.m., 1500 hours CST, as we normally are. It's just been a wild week, so I do apologize for that. So I hope everybody is having a fantastic Thursday. If anybody's checking out this video gaming news segment, we have all kinds of other VODs of other video gaming news segments. Those are always put on YouTube. Highlights on the Twitch channel, along with episodes of the playthroughs that we've done in the channel, or just funny clips and stuff that happen here with us in the community and while we play games and things like that. So plenty of stuff to check out there. And if you're enjoying any of that content, then come hang out with us when we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. We start off with video gaming news. We have a great time staying current with what's going on in the industry before we dive into whatever gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day. So other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for April 7th edition of Video Gaming News and more Divinity Original Sin playthrough with our buddy Pinky. Cool?